You want to snowball super hard against squishies while still getting ganked like you're playing top lane. Nothing matters to you as much as starting a team fight for the sole purpose of showing off your skin, especially because you have so many to choose from. You enjoy making the life of a squishy complete hell by zooming across a team fight at Mach speed. You keep it simple with your mid laners, and end up getting fed because people underestimate your damage. The enemy mid laner will probably flash away from you because they overestimate your damage. You are one of the few people who actually enjoyed the Aurelian soul rework, and you're not afraid to admit it. The feeling of leading your own personal army in battle is really fulfilling for you. There's also a high chance that you've mastered the Shurima Shuffle. You like to see health bars disintegrate right before your eyes, especially when people don't know how to space apart. Out-trading anybody who is immobile is your forte, and you really enjoy sticking to it. Your friends kept making fun of you for playing only ADCs and people who were not AP, so you improvised. You were tired of giving up damage for tankiness and actively enjoy 100-0ing an ADC. Your dream scenario involves grabbing a package and roaming, but you forgot the part where it takes 8 minutes to actually get the package. You enjoy punishing the enemy for just existing near you. You like assassins but wanted a second life. You can get fed purely because mid laners don't really play against you. You can get fed purely because mid laners tilt against you. You like playing more supportive mid laners and will almost always ping your lane missing the second they leave your field of view. You think Gangplank's ultimate range is way too short, and you also probably enjoy the fact that just a couple barrels can take up the entire lane. You saw other top laners do it and wanted to be cool. There will always be a void in your heart that AP Gragas left behind, and you want to replicate it. You think anybody playing an ADC mid is a meta slave, so you chose a jungler. The idea of making your opponents look really dumb is super fascinating to you, even if it means getting countered half the time by pure poke. You probably expected your opponent to stay in your lane, but they most likely just roam to any place you don't exist. You look for the spicy lane-wide ultimates and can 1v2 in most situations because of it. Why? You really enjoy chunking people from a screen away and becoming a pseudo-assassin if you get fed enough. You probably counterpicked this into a melee mid laner and didn't account for the jungler ganking you every other minute. You know a sleeper pick when you see one, especially picking into an assassin. When someone in League told you to kill yourself, you found the most productive way to do it. You often give up your CS like a Chad early game just to become an absolute monster that is near unkillable. The idea of sitting in the back of a fight waiting to pop off is really appealing to you until you get countered by a single CC ability and regret it all. No matter what timing you have on your ultimate, one team is going to be tilted. Hitting level 6 causes you to roam bot lane like a man possessed. You like being able to ult to a side lane with your jungler every chance you get. AP Kog'Maw sounded really good on paper until you realize that you still have to roam. Just because you deal a ton of damage doesn't mean you can tank 4 tower shots. Any melee mid you play against will want to pull their hair out relentlessly. Any assassin mid you play against will want to pull their hair out relentlessly. You were tired of always losing bot lane and decided to take matters into your own hands. You like supporting your carries, but with the income of a mid laner. When it comes to your mid lane mages, you think that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You had the mental epiphany that you don't actually need to be tanky if you just kill them first. You enjoy removing someone's ability to play the game, especially if they are a fed carry. You think assassins are way cooler when they can't burst anybody. You gave up your humanity to play AP Darius. You don't care about warding because you can avoid most ganks by just using your spell shield. You pray that the enemy mid laner will constantly roam just so you can get your stacks. You like playing ranged characters who have to give up that advantage for their ultimate. You enjoy scaring everybody on the enemy team by just not being in your lane. If you can't secure a lead for your AP Nunu build, you can always go Disco Nunu instead. You live for those really clutch ultimates even if they happen 1 of every 20 games. You hope Ornn mid can become meta just so he gets a skin. You like Twisted Fate but wanted to be in people's faces. You like Darius but wanted to miss all your skill shots. You have fed in dozens of games just to get to where you are right now, marginally better and still easily tilted. Roaming non-stop is really interesting to you, but only if you still get to tax the lanes you gank. You can actively crush mid lane just because nobody plays against you. You can naturally flex the hundreds of hours you dedicated to this champion, but only if you get first blood. People often forget about your ultimate damage and then regret it shortly afterwards. Each time they rework Rise, your eyes light up in anticipation at how much you can abuse his damage. You pretty much invalidate all the burst damage mages can do to you. Your AD Scion cheese will work more than it should just because of your passive. You probably enjoy scaring off the enemy jungler by using your ultimate. You will actively roam to other lanes just to take their ultimates. You enjoy playing assassins but like putting in less work to achieve the same results they do. You feel really cool pulling off satisfying combos just to deal less damage than other mid laners. You become irrelevant the second somebody can survive your combo. You more than likely have a Master Yi as your jungler, and you are damn proud to piss off Riot every single patch. You are really into the idea of forcing the enemy team to play Minesweeper with you. You have a secret skill for always jumping in for a trade as soon as you get ganked by the enemy jungler. You like making enemy assassins regret their life choices. You highly value macro play over micro play any day of the week. You're basically just playing Jace, but you never go melee. You probably spam the laugh emote after every single ultimate kill. You wanted to play a burst mage, but with twice the skill ceiling. You wanted to play a burst mage, but with half the skill ceiling. You probably despise healing reduction, even if it's the one thing keeping your champion in check. The sole purpose for you going mid is to make the enemy laner look like an idiot. You get called out for scripting just because you hit every skill shot perfectly. You hate yourself. Most Yasuos are expected to feed, but if you can make it past laning phase even or fed, the odds are that you can 1v9. You probably mained Yasuo before Yone came out, and more than likely want to capitalize on him being broken. You know how infamous Zed is in League's history, and think you can summon the spirit of Faker himself at will, as long as you tower dive at level 2. There is no greater delight for you than ruining the push of the enemy team in several lanes at once. You force your teammates to tower dive as often as possible just so you can have a purpose. Your favorite part of Zoe is being behind and still chunking people for half their health bar anyways. No matter how many times you can end up being ganked, your ultimate will still be a lane wide and frustrating to play against. Wow, that was a lot of champions. I'm sorry about the delay in this video being uploaded, but I still managed to make it in spite of college, work, and my totally real social life. Oh, and we also hit 100 subscribers, which is actually a pretty cool milestone. I might just release a Q&A video to celebrate sometime this week. The comments you guys have left behind on my past videos have also been really cool to read, and I'm probably going to choose one to show at the end of my videos from here on out. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe so that I can make more stuff like this in the future, and have a wonderful day.